Hey everybody, welcome to our Epic Empire Wednesday night call. I had to take last week off to kind of recover from Summit. It's an amazing experience, and I'm excited for you guys to hear Sarah maybe share a little bit about what she got out of it and then go into her golden nuggets that she has to offer you guys tonight. But it's an amazing experience, but it's exhausting. It's very exhausting in a good way. You leave feeling like, oh my gosh, my head's going to explode. I've had so much information and so much motivation. Now I just need to go. So I want to make sure that those of you that were at Summit, that you are taking off in August and not taking a break, because this is a really pivotal month of the year. It is the month that we should be ramping up for the holidays, because like, I know you don't want to see Christmas decorations in Target, but our Beachbody down season actually starts in September. So you really got to get that momentum going in August so that we can make it through the holidays and have a good old time and nobody stresses out. Let's see. We have our Country Heat group, right? Country Heat is insane. Like, that's the most insane thing I've ever had to do, and I'm sure Nicola's probably like, I need a Xanax after this. I'm just kidding. I don't promote drugs or anything like that, and I've never taken Xanax, so don't go flipping out on me. It was just a phrase and funny. No, but Nicola is working her bootay off, and so please honor her by doing whatever she requests. She is really working further than I can even pay her, honestly, because she loves you guys and she feels like she's a part of this team and she wants to see us succeed. So Country Heat's going to be amazing. We're going to spend, probably until Monday getting it cleaned out. When I say cleaned out, everybody that we're taking out, y'all, if you put them in there, they need to be on a follow-up list, especially if you put them in there because they asked to be in there. Put them on a list and make sure you follow up with them. And if you have enough people, set another date. We're not going to be doing another team Country Heat group. This is just for a launch party, I guess you can say. But you can run a challenge group for those people. So you could say, on the 29th, I'm starting another challenge group for Country Heat, or just a challenge group in general. For those people who were interested in just, it wasn't their time, the money wasn't there, or whatever their excuse was of why they couldn't do it. So have that in the back of your mind. Now, know that we had, they had to order by the 8th. We gave them some leeway on the 9th. We had a few scragglers who jumped in and got their stuff. We will do probably, I have to talk to Nicola, a Zoom call for Country Heat test group members where we're going to go over basically the same thing I do in my challenge group kickoff calls, which some of you guys have been a part of. I'm going to go over the program. I'm going to go over Shakeology, some of my fun recipes that I like to make. And then the portion control system's usually a huge part of our kickoff call because people don't understand it necessarily. So I'm able to explain it, help them break down their calculations, what category that they're in, and then open it up for any questions they might have. So we will do a kickoff call, and I hope that, obviously, if you have challengers in there, you should be on. Yes, I have my apple juice right here. But you should be on if you have a challenger in our Country Heat group cheering on your peeps, right? And that is not a date that's been set yet, but I'll post it in there, and we're going to change the settings here soon. I had to keep it where nobody could post because I'm giving you guys my magic. I'm like trying to sprinkle on your people what I do in my groups so that you can get a better reaction or better turnout with your prospects. So that should open up soon. We'll all be able to post. We're going to post our workouts. We're going to share nutritional stuff. The biggest thing that I can say for you guys is stick with your people. Be a cheerleader for other people, but stick with your people. We don't want anybody going, oh my gosh, Julie's so much fun. I think I'm going to switch to her. And Julie's going to go, no, I'm a part of a team. You're going to stick to your coach, and we're all helping you out, okay? We don't want any of that happening, or we won't do these type of things anymore. So let's keep it, like, overly ethical, because challengers, they don't understand. They just think, oh, but I really like Julie. She's nice. I want her to be my coach now. It's like, no, it don't work that way. Julie's here. She's on our team. She's going to love on you too. Sorry, I picked on you, Julie. All right. So that is Country Heat. Nicola, is there anything you need to say about Country Heat since you're doing a lot of the legwork?
No, just make sure that you are putting the name on that thread, not the document anymore. That's key because I'm following the thread and not the document anymore. So y'all can use the document however you want to, but if you need me to add them to the list, just go ahead and do that. And that's about it.
Yeah, and that post that I made, Nicole and I can edit it and add names as we go. But that's the list we're going to go off of to start deleting people from the group. I wish there was a way to, unless we just made everybody admins, but Nicole would probably be like, I want to be in control of this thing for you guys to take your own people out. But it's just going to be a process. So we'll make it work. Some of these lines I don't know if it was, but all right. I am going to be starting my next challenge group. I like to share with you guys how I run my things so you guys can pair up together, or you can do it within your team cup, which I highly recommend. Our team cup is starting a challenge group on the 29th. It's a back to school challenge. The order by date is August 22nd. So we will start promoting it really soon, probably Sunday night. So new challenge group, August 29th with my team cup. It's a back to school challenge is kind of the theme that we're going with. And then the order by date's the 22nd, and we'll start filling that up all next week. We have a coaching sneak peek that starts on the 15th. If you're not in there, make sure you're in there, and make sure you tell your challengers about it. Do not be afraid to say, hey, Jennifer, you rocked this challenge. I just want you to know that we have a coaching sneak peek that's coming up. And if you've ever even had like a little teeny tiny thought of coaching, just be a fly on the wall and come and watch what's going on in the sneak peek. There's no commitment. Just come and watch our videos and see what you think. See if it's for you. You never know. And leave it at that. You know what I mean? Let it be their decision. Let it stir in their minds as they're doing their workouts and things like that. I could do this. And I use Jennifer's name because she's a brand new coach on our team. She just signed up, so this is our first team call. And she's been one of my faithful challengers. So new coach sneak peek is on the 15th. 29th is when my team cup is doing a challenge group, and it's going to be back to school themed. So you guys, this is your own business. You can make it however you want. If you're a new coach, pair up with another new coach. Obviously, if you're one of my new coaches, I'll be reaching out to you. Now, recognition. That's my favorite part. We have some recognition. That was most of our announcements. I might have something else that I don't have written down. But recognition. We didn't get to go over July's numbers, so I'm going to go over them now. I'm like all tongue-tied for some reason. I think I need water. I'm going to go over them now, and we kicked July's butt. It was pretty awesome. Butte, for those of you who don't like saying the B-U-T-T word, because we got kids. All right, so I'm going to read, actually I'll just read everybody, those who are on the board and those who hit Success Club. Now, the way that people get these points, and honestly, I don't like calling them points because I don't like putting a number on a challenger's head. It just feels weird. But this is a direct reflection of the people that they are bringing into their challenge groups, that they are helping on their fitness journey. It's just a way to measure things, because if we don't set goals and we don't have a way to measure our goals, we're just going to kind of flounder through the month. And so a challenge pack, you get 2 points, and Shakeology Home Direct, you get 1 point. So when you hear these points, that's where they're coming from. Denise Hebert has 4 points. Anne-Marie Coppert, I might be saying that wrong, 1 point, but congratulations. I've never read that name out loud. Jacqueline Nickel, 3 points. Lindsay Harris, 2 points. Rebecca Schaefer, 2 points. It feels so good to see you on here, Rebecca. It's been a while. I'm happy to see you back. Paige Connor, 2 points. Jody Allred, 3 points. Erin Cabral. Okay, Erin, I have some people that I need to prove in the Country Heat group, but I wasn't familiar with that name, so now I am. 2 points. Heather Clatterbuck, 4 points. Deanna Wells, 4 points. Jennifer Combs, 4 points. Claire Corbin, 4 points. Kathy Cho, 4 points. And on the board in Success Club 5, which is our first benchmark that is a non-negotiable for me and my business, and what I preach to you guys to be a non-negotiable for your business, it's honestly, Success Club is the blood in the veins of this business. So if you're not hitting Success Club, you're going to see the business start to stall. Angel Dial, 6 points. Katie Burke, 6 points. Lauren Teets, 6 points. Congratulations, Lauren. Brand new coach. That's awesome. Melanie Etheridge, 3 coaches, 6 points. Is she the one that might be going diamond? I don't know. Somebody's going diamond. Lee Brown, 1 coach, 6 points. Aaron McMillan, 2 coaches, 8 points. Annette, 5 points. Kelly Slaughter, 6 points. And Sue Jung, 1 coach and 8 points. Marlena Jurek, 2 coaches and 8 points. Leanne Brown, 3 coaches, 6 points. Dina Bauer, 9 points. Megan Jackson. Ooh, there's another Jackson. I gotta meet Megan Jackson. 8 points. So that's everybody that is in Success Club 5. All right, Success Club 10, we have Afton Rio, 5 coaches, 10 points. Amanda Williams, 3 coaches, 12 points. Carla Perry, 3 coaches, 14 points. Rin Young, 2 coaches, 12 points. Crystal White, 7 coaches, 17 points. Good job, Crystal White. And I think I ended the month, what did we end the month at, Nicola? I don't remember, in July.
You ended up with Success Club 45 and 4 coaches.
45 points. I would say that was probably Country Heat, but so awesome job to everybody. We had some rank advancements last month, which is super, super exciting. And we should have some more tomorrow, which I'm super pumped. So who all went to Summit? Raise your hand if you went to Summit. Sue, Carla, Kathy, Melinda, Sarah, Julie. I gotta go to page 2. Nicola, Ren, but she's not on video. It was mind-blowing. It was amazing. Our team had so much fun together. Everybody learned so much. I still have all the thoughts in my head, and I haven't even had a chance to really, because you jump in and then it was Super Saturday. Who all went to Super Saturday? Raise your hand, Super Saturday. Awesome. Guys, if you can't be at Summit for any reason, you need to be at Super Saturday 4 times a year. It's every quarter. Once a quarter, there's always a Super Saturday somewhere near you. If you live near a large city, it's guaranteed there's a Super. If you're in North Carolina, there's one in Charlotte. There's one in Raleigh. You should be at those. They are game changers for your business. You'll get a lot of great training and just a great opportunity to meet other coaches in your region and exchange ideas. So tonight, I'm excited to introduce our guest speaker. I was snooping on Carla's team page because I'm in there and I saw this little video. I'm like, oh, look at this. This is good. Well, let me just snag this girl on my team call. And I'm so excited. And she's rocking this. Her mindset after Summit is totally different. I remember talking to Sarah before Summit, and I was just oh man, I don't know how to encourage her. She's struggling with working full time and being a teacher and getting ready to get married, and the business wasn't churning for her, and just her mindset was not there. And then after Summit, totally different woman. So I'm so excited to see what she does for the rest of this year. And I want to introduce you Sarah Grimm. She is a diamond coach. She has been rocking this business and has an amazing transformation. She is the photo girl of what we want to be, somebody who has shown that these products can change your life. And she honestly is the incredible shrinking woman. That's what I tell her, because every time I see her, she's getting tinier and tinier and tighter and toner. So I'm so proud of her. She's going to be the most beautiful bride here soon. So Sarah, I'm going to give you the floor, and then if you guys have any questions, make sure you write them down and we can ask her afterwards.
Well, thank you, Jatana. That was very nice of you. So like Jatana said, I am a diamond coach, and like she said, my business did not start off great. And honestly, I really struggle with my business, but because of my transformation, that's the only reason I've been successful, like 100%. Anybody who has joined my team has seen my transformation, and I've probably approached them at one point and asked them to join maybe a challenge group. But overall, they joined my team because of my transformation, because they wanted that same change I've had, because not only has my body changed, but like Jatana said, my entire mindset about life and about everything is just completely different. And it's 100% changed even more since I've been back from Summit, which was a life-changing experience. If you don't have your ticket, you definitely need to go get your ticket. I was really nervous to go, but I would regret it if I didn't go. Like, it was so awesome. But so I'm going to share a little bit about my story, because it has to do with what I'm kind of going to talk about. So I was 200 pounds or over 200 pounds in March of 2015, and I had just gotten engaged, and I just needed to dive into it. And my sister Alex had amazing results with T25 and 21 Day Fix. And so I just was like, all right, I know she's had results with this. I just got to dive in. And I actually had bought Shakeology from her before and tried to do T25, but my mind just wasn't there. I wasn't ready. I was totally just not in the right place. So I'm actually kind of glad that it didn't work out, because I have had a lot more success now with it, just with my personal fitness journey. So I bought 21 Day Fix Extreme. I researched it on my own, and I texted her. I was like, hey, send me the link. And she was like, all right, sign up as a coach, because I need another coach under me. And I was like, all right, fine, that's whatever. I'm going to get Shakeology. It's fine. But I actually ended up pausing my Shakeology because I got it on eBay for a lot cheaper, and I'm a teacher. And so that's where I was at for like 3 months. And then last July, I finally was like, well, if I'm going to make this my business, I need to actually use the products all the time and purchase them from the company. So that's why I bought them. So that's kind of what it has to go with sharing my story, is being proof the product works, because everyone will tell you that inviting is the most important vital behavior, which it is, if you are already proof the product works. If you don't have results with our products, you're not going to sell anything, because I'm not going to buy something from someone who, like, I got invited to a road in fields the other day from a girl who has zips all over her face. I'm not going to join her team, because I don't know if the products actually are working. So being proof the product works is so important. And so I started my journey because I had got engaged, but I was really depressed there's really no reason, like specifically that I could point out that would be depressing to my life. I had a great life. I was a very healthy child. I had a great family. Grew up in an amazing neighborhood. I have 3 sisters who, we're sisters. We don't always get along, but it was an awesome childhood. We have our family issues, things that other families have to deal with as well. But there's never been anything that could have like really stuck out to make me be so introverted, which I don't seem introverted, but I'm probably one of the most introverted people you will meet. I don't hang out with people. I like to be by myself. I am very selective with my friends. And I, until joining a sorority in college, I was very kind of to myself all the time. I had very few friends, but then joining Epic has been like being in a sorority again, which is awesome. But so I worked at a restaurant for 7 years, which had to do a lot with my weight gain, and also had to do a lot with the bad habits that I gained that I've been able to share, that I've changed. So I used to, when I was in college and when I worked at this, I worked at a wine bar. So I worked at Wine Styles in Giorgio's, if you know where that is, in Montclair. I worked there for 7 years. If you haven't been there yet, on a cheat day, go. It's awesome. But anyways, so I worked there for 7 years. And then when I was in college, I worked there, and it was a great experience, but I drank probably every night because it was free. Like, why not? I ate more French fries than I can count. I ate more junk than I can count. And, it was horrible, the food I ate. It was all delicious, but it's just not good for you. I'd stay there late and drink, and I smoked cigarettes, and I was really unhealthy. Like, I was just nasty. It's just gross to think about it now. But so I graduated college. I got a job as a teacher, and I taught for the past 2 years at a very low income school. I taught 6th and 7th grade special ed math. And it was a very demanding job. And the first like 6 months of teaching, I just completely was just trying to survive a little bit. Chick-fil-A was on my way to work, so I'd go to Chick-fil-A every day, and I just, I gaining more weight. And then I finally just took the plunge in my first year of teaching because I was getting married, I was depressed, I needed to change that, but I'm a teacher, and I teach students who have emotional disabilities about how they need to interact with people and how they need to behave in society. And who was I to tell these kids that they should be healthy if I was 210 pounds hanging out being like, yeah, I'm eating my donut, you guys be healthy. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. It didn't make sense. It was wrong. And so dove in head first, which if you dive in head first with these products, they're going to work. It may be slow progress because trust me, my first round of 21 Day Fix Extreme, I lost weight, definitely. But it wasn't my best round. It was slow, and I didn't see any progress. My fiance saw progress. I saw nothing, and it was so upsetting to me. But then after the second round, which I'll show you my pictures in a few minutes, it was amazing to me. And so then that's why I decided to start coaching, actually, because the picture that I posted, I got 200 and something likes, and I was like, well, if I can share this with people, and that many people noticed a difference, how could I not share this with all of the other people I know who need this, who were obese, who are obese like I was, who, I'm only 5'4", so I'm short too. So I was a big girl. How could I hide this from people? And how could I help people feel the way I did? Because like I said, my body changed, but my mind changed. I no longer was sad all the time. I was happy. And so when I started coaching, I just dove straight in and posted my journey. And I posted everything about my journey. I posted my transformation pictures. I posted pictures of me there's so many pictures on my Instagram and Facebook of me sitting at my desk in my classroom. It's the same background. But I posted so many things of just how I was feeling that morning and day of. And it's great to plan your posts ahead of time. But I have found a lot of success sharing what I'm doing daily, kind of like a Snapchat or like an Instagram story where you're sharing what you're doing, updating it daily. But it's just how I was able to share my story and get more people's attention, because I feel like I have a hard time finding a target market because I'm in an interesting place in life. Yes, I'm engaged and I'm getting married, but I don't know a lot of people who are engaged and getting married. Most of my friends are either married and having children, or they're not in this stage of life at all, and they're single and living it up. And so it's I don't have that identification, and it's been hard for me to find that. And so I just kind of focused on my journey. This sounds bad. I'm most important at the end of the day. My health is what's important to me. So I took action, and I just dove in, and I just was raw and real, and I share everything. If you follow my Instagram story, which is more new, I just talking to the camera all the time. It's just fun to me. And going live on Facebook, live changed everything. The first time I went live, after that, I was at Summit. I was live all the time. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever, because people see what you do and you see who's actually interested. And it was just really cool to see that people are interested in my story. So I was sharing my story a lot when I first started, and then I had a really rough school year this past school year. I worked with a new person, and he was a nightmare. I'll say that. He would verbally abuse me pretty much in front of my students. He completely fought me and everything that I did, and we were supposed to be working together and teaching together. And it didn't work out well, and it didn't end well. And he's retired now, and I've moved on to a better school. But it was really rough. And so from September until January, I was not posting as much. I still posted, but I wasn't posting my life. I was just posting my workout, because I felt like my life had completely been mixed up again, and I didn't know what to do. And then I had a lot of personal family things happen with my sister, and it hit me in a place where I've never felt pain before. And sorry, I'm getting emotional because I think about it and it sucked. But so it was hard, but I shared it, and because someone messaged me, and someone I went to high school with, who I was not friends with in high school, actually did not like her at all. She liked all the same boys I did, and I was so mad at her all the time. But so she messaged me and was like, she had bought size from me when it first came out. She was a dancer, and so she loved it. But so she messaged me and was like, hey, I noticed you just stopped like posting on Facebook that much. Like, are you okay? Is everything going okay with you? Are you still working out? Like, do you need anything? And it was weird to me because no one had ever reached out to me like that. I was like, wait, what? Like, you noticed that I wasn't posting on Facebook? I'm not anyone big. Like, who's noticing that I'm posting on Facebook about my fitness journey besides the people I message and the people who I like their stuff? And I didn't really interact with her. But then she joined my next challenge group that I did. It was a complete flop. And now she's thinking about becoming a coach stuff. So that's how I started that. But so she messaged me and I was like, wow, that's really interesting that she actually cares about what I have to say. And I kind of gave her a little bit about what had been going on in my life. And I was like, it's just been rough. And she goes, well, like, all I can say is like, you shared a lot of stuff that you had, before that you went through that was tough. And, you talked about how you still got through it. So I'm sure you're just going to get through this just like that. And it was that message. And I was like, my gosh, like I have to just kind of not get over this because it's not something you can get over, but I have to push through it. And I have to keep working on myself because I started gaining weight, which I wasn't okay with. And I started eating junk food a lot more, which I definitely wasn't okay with because my skin goes crazy when I eat junk food. And I had to get myself back on track. And so thankfully Hammer and Chisel came out and I started up again and I got back on track. And I definitely, like, from January until the end of the last day of school, June 18th, I cried every day on my way to work. Like, it was still terrible, but I tried to find the positive in it, and helping myself find the positive and sharing all of this stuff on Facebook and having people talk to me who I don't even really know about it and tell me that I was motivating them to kind of push through their depression and their anxiety and the just terrible things that they're going through. It was motivating to me to keep going. And so I just shared it. And so I went to Summit then after the school year, and if you follow me on any of social media, I've changed since then. My mind has completely changed. It was an amazing experience. I felt like I was part of something for the first time in a really, really long time. I felt like I was in a sorority again, and that was like the best experience for me in college. And so, and we're all so different. I'm only 26, and there's people in there who are older than me, people who are even younger than me who are coaches. And it's just so great to be able to connect with people who come from completely different walks of life who you never probably would have met. And it's just been awesome. And sharing that has attracted a lot of customers as well for me recently. I've already hit Success Club 5, and so I'm good to go for this month for my goal. And now I've set a new goal for the month to keep pushing. And so, I share all of this and I get a lot of traction from people. And so I'm going to show you guys a few of the ways that I share my story and kind of go over some things while I do it. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And then, oops, let me go back to the first slide. So I made a PowerPoint because I was feeling fancy the other day, and then I edited it today. I like this background a lot better for those of you who already saw my PowerPoint, and it's different. So being proof the products work. So like I said, people will say inviting is the most important vital behavior. I'll fight until the end of the day that being proof of the product work is first. And then once you get that down, inviting is vital, because since I've gotten my proof of my products, inviting has changed my business. The past 2 weeks, I've talked to more people than I think I've talked to since I started my business. So I started inviting more and getting a lot of traction. So it's just, it's really important. I suck at it, but I'm still trying. But sharing my story was more how I gained my clientele and my followers. And I actually have a following base, which is interesting because I don't feel like I'm Jatana, who has a good following base, or Danielle Natoni, who I follow like crazy, or Julie Voris, or Summer Tucker, or Melanie Mitro. I'm not one of those fancy coaches. Barely got my diamond going. Why are people following me? But so sharing all this kind of I was thinking about it while I was kind of getting all of this together the past few days with doing Ren and Carla's calls and thinking about, well, why are people following me? And I figured out why. So this was the first picture I posted. It was my first transformation picture. And like you can read the caption. I was really embarrassed to post it. My co-teacher, I showed it to her first, and she was like, you have to post that. That's great. And so I posted that, and you know, I talked about how I've worked really hard and I'm now comfortable in my clothes, and that's when I started my journey pretty much as a coach. But I didn't, that was like, I posted that and that was it. I was like, people will come, it'll happen. But it didn't. But so I got 209 likes on that picture. And that's when I was like, all right, I'm good to go. Like, I'm going to be successful in this. And it's great to share your transformation journey like this. And I'll show some more like this. It's really great to. And I know it's hard to, because like Jatana said, and like I said, I'm a teacher. I teach, well, not anymore. I taught middle school. And I had a talk with Jatana and my sister about making my Facebook public. And I bit the bullet, and I did, and my Instagram is public, and I've had kids try to add me and follow me, and as soon as I get that, you can block them and they can't see it. And if they aren't trying to follow you and they just look at your stuff, you're inspiring more kids to be healthy. So that's how I see it, and if anyone's going to talk to me about it, that's how I would approach it. So, and I have talked to about having my Facebook public, but I approached it like that, and it was, oh, okay, that makes sense. So you know, you just have to approach it the right way. But so it's hard to share stuff like this. It's hard to share stuff like this, but it's worth it because I'm getting a lot of likes. And I go through all of my likes and I write down the names and I write down a check next to their name if they liked another picture that I've already had or commented on another picture I've already had. And that's how I've started now inviting people, because I started doing that before I started inviting. I started doing that just because I was like noticing a lot of people would like the same picture, and I was like, you know what, they could probably use Shakeology in their life. I should probably just keep them on the lookout because they were like me. They needed Shakeology. They just needed it. So I think everybody needs Shakeology. I'm a big Shakeology person. So it's like, they just need that. So I started writing down names. Sorry, I have notes right here just to keep me on track. But so it's hard to share this kind of stuff, and I know a lot of people aren't comfortable sharing this kind of stuff, but it's important to. How are they going to know that it's actually working? Because yeah, your clothes could be fitting different, but you could just be buying different clothes and posing in different ways. There's actually a YouTube video showing someone in an hour taking a picture and looking completely different just because of the way they wore their clothes, and it was the same outfit. So you can do it, and people could think that, because I'm a big skeptic. Very skeptical about everything, and I have a lot of people who have been very skeptical about all of this. My friends, I haven't sold to one person who has been who is like my best friend. Like, none of my best friends have purchased anything from me, and they still won't, because they're still like, I don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know? Like, look at this, it works. But whatever, they'll come around eventually. So, and the first picture I kind of shared more of like, it's been better for me and more personal. And this one was more funny because I thought it was funny. And I'm obsessed with emojis right now. And there's the peach emoji. And I saw someone post that about their butt, and I just thought that was great. But so not only did I get all those likes, I got a good amount of comments. And yes, there are a few people who are Beachbody coaches who liked and commented on my picture. But there were also over 100 people who I had not written on my list on both of those pictures, who I didn't know were following me. I thought they probably had unfriended me or unfollowed me, and they didn't. So sharing this stuff is kind of hard, but it's important to share this because you're being proof the product works, which is, we're at the end of the day, we're helping people, we're ending the trend, but we're selling a product. We're helping people, we're building relationships, yes, but we are trying to sell a product at the same time. So we have to remember that. There are other ways to show your transformation. This is another one I shared. And you can definitely see the difference just in like how I look. But like, and in the next picture, you'll see it too. My eyes look so much bigger and they look brighter because my mind is better than I was then. And in that picture, I was so happy. That was right after I got asked to join a sorority. which if you're not in a sorority, it's a big deal to get asked. It was a huge deal because I got asked not during recruitment. And so, you know, it was fun for me. And we were going on a fun trip. And we stopped and we saw this huge chicken and we took a picture. And I cropped out my friend in it. We were so excited. But you can tell in this other picture that I feel like I just look real and I look happier. My smile is bigger, my eyes are bigger, and I look a ton better. But so in my caption, I wrote about college Sarah versus adult-ish Sarah, because I don't really consider myself 100% adult yet. But I call out I call out Autumn Calabrese. I talk about drinking a shake and exercising. I don't mention Shakeology in this one, but I do say Autumn Calabrese. And not a lot of people know who she is unless you know who Beachbody is. But I'm trying now to talk less about Beachbody and say things like superfood shakes or my favorite celebrity trainer or my favorite fitness program instead of, oh, I love Insanity. Like, I'm changing the way I talk about it, and I've gotten more traction on my posts I've been posting more recently, like this, like that. But so this one is similar to that. But then this one day at a time. I didn't even have a huge caption where I was writing, oh, this changed my life, look at all of this. You can just see a difference in me, and I was so excited that day. I look happy, and then I have comments from people, and all three of those people commented on my picture, and I messaged every single one of them, who are all three very different people. One of them is one of my teachers from high school, and they've all since then bought Shakeology from me. So, you know, I just look at who I'm sharing all of these transformation pictures, and I look at who likes those, and I automatically go to them for fitness, because if they're liking that and seeing that, they want to change. If I feel like they are kind of in that mindset. And even if they're not, I still started in like messaging them and being like, hey, I like your pictures. But so then this picture I posted more recently, and it's actually a video. And so this is where, so sharing your transformation is important, but sharing your story is more important, and sharing parts of it like this. So this was from Summit. We're not perfect. That's right. Had this cute little video we posted. You know, posted that. And I didn't show my likes on this because I didn't get a lot of likes on this. I got a lot of messages though. And we talked about doing a 30-day clean eating challenge. I got more messages than likes and comments. But right down here, you can see this is our 30-day clean eating challenge group. We have 35 members, and we advertise that with that. And I'm not down in the people who I did this with. I added at least like 15 people into that group. So just because I shared what I wrote, they messaged me and were like, you know, I thought you were perfect all the time and you were always eating right. And I was like, girl, I eat McDonald's all the time. But, you know, like they didn't realize that. And so sharing stuff when you're not perfect is really important too. And I know people preach that, but even sharing little things like I had ice cream today. And I know a lot of coaches do that, but I don't know, just writing that whole thing really spoke to a lot of people. So just sharing it might not be okay. You need to say, yeah, I know I'm not perfect. Look what I did today. I'm proud of it. I ate my food. I'm going to make up for it though. I'm going to make better choices. Sharing your story. I could have posted a picture of me with these flowers, but I've shared a picture of my fiance, and he had cleaned the apartment for me, and I made a huge deal about it. And he's not on social media, and so I did not do this to praise him on social media so he would see it and feel good about himself, because he hates social media. He does not get on it. I force him to get on it and like my things, but so he doesn't get on it. But I did this because I knew that people were going to react to that, and I got 82 likes from that, which isn't a huge like basis, but this was in August of 2015. That's when I first started my business. That's not bad. My Facebook was still private then, actually. So, and then all of those people commented on it. And so those are just more people who I know who are following me. And the first person, Emily, on there, she actually is like, I love how much you share about your real life, because, that's something that a lot of people don't share on Facebook. And knowing that she's one of the people who used to babysit me. She was a mom of a friend of mine when I was growing up. And she's like, it's good to see that you're doing different things with your life and you're doing great things. And she's messaged me twice now since I've been back from Summit about joining a challenge group. And so, you know, it's like she's been following me now since August of 2015, and she's finally ready to join. Yeah, it's taken a year, but hey, this is a crockpot business, like everybody says. It's not an instant salad bag. So you got to think of it like that. So sharing your story, sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I look a mess in this picture. That was the day I found out that my sister had lost custody of her children. And I took a picture because I was really upset. And I needed to share on Facebook about this because it's my outlet. Like my Facebook is like my diary. It's my outlet. It's where I share things. And I didn't get a lot of likes on this picture because who would want to like that picture? And that was before they had the little things where you could put the cry face and all of that. But after I posted this picture, I remember waking up the next day and I had over 100 messages in my inbox of people I didn't even know were my Facebook friends, to be honest, that were, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through a tough time. Like, what can I do? And I had a friend who I had a really tough falling out with, one of my best friends, messaged me and say, hey, I've been seeing your stuff and seeing you this sad is really concerning to me. What's going on? Someone who I fought with when we last spoke. So, you know, they see how positive I've been in my change and they're concerned about me. People care about you if you share your life on there because you think people don't care, but they care for some reason. And I've started to care about other people's things. I see friends who I have like say stuff like, I'm so upset, and I message them. I'm like, write 5 positive things on a sticky note, put it on your wall, look at it all the time. Like I give them a little tip because I can't imagine being sad all the time like they are. And so sharing sad things that happen to you may be hard and maybe like, oh, I'm complaining. But you're not complaining. You're being real. You're being raw. You're being honest. And no one's going to want to be your friend if you're perfect all the time. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be your friend if you're perfect all the time because I'm not perfect. So that's another way to share your story. This I actually posted just the other day, and I had never done one of these before, and I was really excited by the amount of comments that I got on this because I didn't realize that many people would care what my word wall looked like in my classroom. And I mean, it's something silly, but I was just like sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, you know, I need to figure out how I'm going to do my word wall. And I got on Pinterest and I was like, oh my God, there's too many choices and I don't like to make choices. I was like, let's have Facebook decide this for me. And I actually did one today too for my bikinis for my bachelorette party. And I got even more comments on it from people, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna write your name down and message you and say, hey, thanks for, you know, letting me know your opinion. It really helped me decide what I needed to do. Or, you know, maybe not at first, but once I see that they've liked a few things or commented on a few things, like this person Christy who commented on it, she commented on my one today too. So it's 2 days, like within a week, where she's commented on something of mine, and I could eventually message her and say, hey, thanks for, you know, liking my stuff or commenting on my stuff. It means a lot that you like follow me or whatever. And I've done that before, and people think it's awesome that you call them out for that for some reason. I don't know why, but they like it. This is just kind of a silly picture of my classroom where I'm super overwhelmed and I need to have an organized classroom, but it's not organized at all. And I started a conversation with this person, Shannon, who's someone I used to work with. And now she was like, yeah, I've been watching you on Facebook. And, you know, as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to message you. And she actually messaged me today, you know? So it's just kind of like I'm sharing my story, and it may not be getting challengers and coaches as quickly as everybody else, but I'm getting people who are like interested because I'm showing that I'm real and that I have, you know, things to offer to their life. Because if you followed me on Snapchat, which a lot of people who liked this and who I saw did, my classroom after this looked awesome. So, you know, like I had people message me about it. Like, oh, I saw your Snapchat. Like, why are you following me on Snapchat? Okay. Like, I don't realize it. And when you share stuff like this, people care and they're nosy because, I mean, I know I'm nosy, so other people are nosy. And so then this picture is just from the other day from Super Saturday. And again, I didn't get a ton of likes on this, but I've had 10 people approach me about the coaching opportunity since Super Saturday. Since Summit, I can't tell you how many people I've had message me. There's been at least 20, but I've had at least 10 since Super Saturday who I'm talking to now who want to do the coach sneak peek next week. You know, like, just because I posted this picture, when only 2 of those people are my coaches, shout out to Portia, I know she's on the call. You know, like, only 2 of those girls are my coaches. One of them has decided to become a coach under another person, you know, because it's her sister on there. Since then, but she's on my downline, not my direct downline, but she's, you know, now part of our team, and that's one more person that we're helping, and one more person who's going to help more people, because she knows different people than I know, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help people, and she's had an awesome transformation as well. So sharing your story, you know, stuff like this, where maybe, like, again, there's 3 people in that picture with me, and I say it's my tribe. Like, a tribe, you think of huge groups of people. But this is my tribe. Like, this is my little group of girls who came to Super Saturday with me. So I shared that, and people want to be part of it for some reason, because I've shared my story, and they're people who I know have been following me because they like my stuff all the time. So I asked someone why they liked my stuff all the time and why they were following me and stuff. Someone who I don't actually never met in person. They found me on Instagram. They added me on Facebook, and we just, you know, started talking and become friends. And they were like, well, you're really real. Like, you know, you just share everything. And so it's just really important to share your story, because not only has it helped my business, but it's helped my weight loss. Because I share my stuff, I have to be consistent with my programs. I have to be consistent with my Shakeology. And it's been worth it. I've lost 80 pounds in 15 months. I mean, how many people can say that they've lost 80 pounds in 15 months? And I'm 26. Like, that's crazy. It's awesome. And there are people on our team who have lost more than that, who are awesome transformations, who I don't see lots of transformation pictures of, who you could so rock that. And it's a hard thing to rock, but you know what? Like, you've worked hard for your body. You've worked hard for this positive mindset. Show it off and work it, because if we don't share it, we're telling people pretty much that it's not important, that we don't want to help them transform their lives. Because if you're not willing to share how you changed your life with everybody else, how are they going to know that you can help them? Like, you can message them, but what if there's that person who you didn't message, who's like, hey, I follow her on Facebook. Look at that transformation. I got to join her. So I don't really know what else I can say, but it's just so important to be consistent and share your story and just be real and be raw. I think that's all I had. Yeah. Just to be real and be raw with what you do and share everything. And even if you don't get 1 million likes on something, own what you do. I will say, if I only get 1 like, I delete the picture or whatever it is, just because you never know who's going to look at your Facebook later. And if that means it wasn't a great post. But so I look back, and if it was a bad post, I'm like, all right, let's take that off of the Facebook. But, you know, you just got to share everything. And it's hard to share everything, but it's important too. And Jatana's really good at that too. Like, she shares everything, real and raw. And that's kind of been my inspiration. I kind of like look at her stuff, and I'm like, you gotta go for it. Otherwise, you're going to be a coach and not an emerald coach or a diamond coach. Just gonna coach.
100% agree. Do you believe she's an introvert? Like, really?
I know people don't think so, but I'd rather be by myself.
But it's funny though, because I feel like this business really does draw some stuff out of you that you didn't realize you had.
I would have never called myself a leader, ever. I'm a second child. I'm not a leader. I'm a follower.
Yeah.
But I feel like a leader here.
That's right. That's right. She is rocking it. I'm so, so proud of you, Sarah. And you're going to do amazing things this year. I love what you said about being vulnerable. It is huge. I'm telling you.
Hi, Heidi. Sorry, Hayden's on the screen.
Hayden.
Gotta say hi to Hayden.
Say hi,
baby.
That's her nephew.
Hi, he's the cutest thing ever.
But with your posts, or with my posts, I have found the ones where I feel like I'm being vulnerable or where I've fallen on my face or I'm struggling, that's when I get the most interaction. Because people are like, oh my gosh, Jatana eats french fries. Oh my gosh, Jatana has bad days. Oh my gosh, Jatana didn't wash her hair. Like, yeah, I'm real and I struggle and I don't do workout. I haven't done a workout since Super Saturday. I did my first workout today. And I shared that, on my wall. I had some emotional roller coaster stuff last week and I shared it and you guys were a part of it. That's real. And people want to know that Jatana, who does those crazy workout videos on Facebook, is a real person who deals with the same things that they deal with in life, whether it's family or friends or life or work, or just I'm an emotional eater. Like I share that too. They need to see that. And so I love what you said about all of that, Sarah. That was awesome. I hope you guys took some mental notes or can watch the recording. Sarah has done an amazing job with her social media, and she is reaping the benefits of it. And I know if you stay consistent, that's the hardest thing. So many people are not consistent. They'll go on this high for like 3 months, and then you have to stay consistent. You have to be patient. This is not get rich quick, but you can get rich. I'm not trying to be weird, but you can. It's real. It's happened. It's happening to me, and I'm going, oh my gosh, what is this craziness that's happening? But it's real. It's so real, and I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. I'm not doing anything big or different. I'm just consistent and I'm patient. I'm consistent and patient. I know Patrick had used that analogy of riding up the escalator and then a moment where you're like, I'm going to pause because I need to take a break or I'm tired. And taking a break means you don't do your workouts and you're not sharing it on social media. And what happens when you're on the escalator and you decide to pause because you're tired of walking? You go back down, right? Well, I've got to this point in my business where I have been consistent and patient, consistent and patient, consistent and patient. And now I'm at the top and you could sprint so much faster. And I'm not trying to be weird about money, but honestly, it's real. It's not a fake thing, y'all. I still, to this day, wake up Thursday mornings and go, okay, there's $4,000. Yay! But I'm still doing the same thing you guys are doing. The only difference between me and you is time. It's time. You have to stick with it and you have to be consistent and patient, and keep going up to that escalator because you will go on that flat level where you just start sprinting and running. And then the other analogy is the well, y'all. And it's kind of what Sarah's doing right now. She's pumping and she's pumping hard and she might not be getting this whole huge flow of water, which we will label as challengers or income, whatever you want to label it as. You're pumping the well and you get like drip, sometimes nothing, drip, drip, drip. But eventually, if you've ever pumped a well, which I have in Nicaragua when I went on a mission trip, you pump a well long enough and you hit that reservoir and the flood waters start coming out. And if you've ever been on a mission trip where you pump a well, it's like, oh, you're like crying because you're like, oh my gosh, we worked so hard and it happened. And these people here in Nicaragua are going to get clean water. This is awesome. It's the same thing in this business. You pump that well, and you're like working your butt off for 4 cents an hour. And you're like, what the heck? All I'm getting is drips here. I'm getting like one like, or I'm getting one challenge pack every 3 months. But if you're consistent and you pump that well and you do a good job and you continue to get better at what you do and learn and be on these calls and be present and be patient, the floodgates are going to happen. And it's happening right now to me. And I just want you guys to take confidence in that it's real. And I'm leading from the front and I'm showing you guys that it's possible for each and every single one of you. There's absolutely no reason why every single person on this call cannot be where I'm at right now. Absolutely no reason. So I am so thankful for you, Sarah, for being on this call. I'm thankful for your leadership. You are a leader. There's only I don't even know the number, 17 diamonds in Epic Empire, and there's 900 coaches. You are a leader because you're one of those. So congratulations for being awesome.
Thank you for letting me do this. This was a goal you didn't know I had. This was like a dream I've had since my first team call. So this was cool for me.
Good job, everybody. Give her a hand, a round of applause. Everybody, go ahead. Let's do the hands.
Thank you, George. I was really nervous too. You can ask Carla and Paige.
You didn't seem nervous. When I'm nervous, I cry a lot.
Oh, I probably ate something I shouldn't have eaten for dinner. Hey, whatever.
She was stress eating. Aw, Hayden said you did awesome.
Love you, Haiti.
Well,
Unmute it? No! Don't unmute it. They're talking.
that's awesome. Well, that is our team call tonight. I hope you guys took a screenshot of it so you could show that you're a part of a tribe. It doesn't matter if you have no coaches yet. You're a part of a tribe. You're a part of something bigger than yourself. And we are a group of amazing people who are motivated and motivating others and inspiring others. So if you guys want to take a quick screenshot, I'll smile and not pick my nose. So I took a picture, but y'all can go ahead and take a picture. Did everybody get it? Am I done smiling?
And I see cheese.
Everybody say cheese. That's right, Hayden. All right. Well, y'all have an amazing night. I'm super, super excited to find out who our diamond finalists are for our very first Epic Empire Diamond Retreat. So that will happen on
Mommy.
Is Mommy a finalist? All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. Sarah, you're a rock star. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Peace out. Bye.